Hi, my name is Lacey Scully, and in this video I'm going to be demonstrating how to put on and take off personal protective equipment. So to begin this, I'm standing outside the patient's room and I've just performed hand hygiene. So to start putting on my personal protective equipment, I'm going to start with my shoe covers and going to put the long part at the front where my toe is and make sure not to touch the soles of my shoes. This ensures that my hands stay clean. The next step is going to be putting on my gown. So to unfold this, I'm going to hold by the seam of the neck and let the gown unfold itself. And I'm going to insert my arms into the gown. And to begin fastening the gown around me, I'm going to start with the neck tie. The next step to fastening the gown is tying around my waist. This ensures that my whole body is protected from anything I may come into contact with while inside the patient's room. The next thing is putting on my mask. So I'm going to make sure that the wires at the top and form this around my nose, which secures it, and then tie the top two straps around my ears. And then while holding the mask around my nose, I'm going to pull the bottom around my chin and then fasten it around my neck. Next thing I'm going to do is place my eye protection on, and then my hairnet, making sure that all my hair is contained within it. Okay, the final step of putting on your protective equipment is the gloves. Before I do that, I'm going to pull the cuffs of my gown over my hands. That way, as I'm putting on my gloves, I know they're fully protected, which ensures that they stay clean while I am performing care on the patient. So, put my gloves on by starting with my non-dominant hand and then repeat the same step with my dominant hand. Just adjusting my cuff and the glove as I need. That way it's fully covered. Okay. So now that I am fully dressed in my personal protective equipment, I can now enter the patient's room, perform the care that they need. So when I'm done with that, I will come back outside the patient's room and begin to take off my personal protective equipment. So to start, I'm going to begin with my gloves. So I'm going to start with my non-dominant hand by grabbing the base of the glove and folding it inside itself, collecting it in my dominant hand. Then I'm going to take my thumb of my non-dominant hand and put it under the base of my dominant hand glove. And I can do this because the cuff of my gown is clean because it was protected by my glove while I was inside the room. I'm going to fold this glove inside itself, which catches the one glove inside and traps all the contaminants on the inside and disposes it in the bin. The next thing I'm going to do is take off my hairnet and dispose of it. Take off my eye protection. And then the next step is taking off my gown. So I'm going to begin by untying the strap around my neck. And then untying the strap around my back. And then I'm going to grab the seam at the top of my gown and slowly unroll it from my shoulders while leaning forward and grab the cuffs of my gown, pulling my hands in, which protects them from the contaminants. So I can grab the shoulders of my gown, pulling it inside itself, and then wrapping the gown into itself which contains all the contaminants on the inside, and I can properly dispose of it. The next step is to take off my mask. So I'm going to start at the base of the mask, untying around my neck, and then untie the strap around my ears and dispose of the mask in the trash. And then the last step of removing the personal protective equipment is the shoe covers. So I'm going to do this by grabbing the base and turning them inside out and throwing them away. And then the last step is to perform hand hygiene once again.